I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
Surprise, I'm Matt Fox.
He is. And we are here in the palatial Man Cave suite of the Podcast Your Voice studios.
We are back. We are back for another riveting Man Cave episode of Spirits.
We're doing some fun. It's almost a throwback.
Little bit.
Yeah, very much so. We're throwing back all the way to episode number 4.
Number 4.
Specifically 4.1. And episode 4.3. That was the whiskey festival we did.
Was that Whiskey in the Winter?
No, it wasn't Whiskey in the Winter. It was just the one of the whiskey festivals in downtown Royal Oak. I forget what it was called. Might have been Whiskey Business or something. But episode 4.1, we talked to the fine people. We talked to a few people, and that's why we divided up into 3 episodes, because there was we talked to just so many people. But in 4.1, we talked to the guys at Coppercraft,
right?
Michigan, over near Holland.
I think you fell in love with someone.
That was a handsome fella too. This is he gave me this bottle that night.
That is a 4-year-old bottle.
This is it was 2018.
That is a beautiful looking bottle.
So I've been sitting on this.
It's been a hot second then, hasn't it?
Yeah. And then we also spoke to the cats at Ironfish Distillery. And that was in the 4.3. And those will be linked down below if you want to go back and revisit, because we're geez, I don't even know how many hundreds of episodes there are. I should probably know that number. I think it was 170 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we're up there.
It's
we're somewhere.
So, so we talked to the guys at Ironfish Distillery as well. So we're gonna and so today is a throwback. We're gonna do a little something. I have these 2 bottles, and they're both fresh bottles, so we haven't cracked either one. And then there's all these newfangled pre-mixed cocktails.
Yes,
there's tons and tons and tons of them.
Yes.
And so we're gonna get into some of the pre-mixed cocktails that are available from Ironfish and then from Coppercraft, and we're also going to try just the booze on its own as well, and we're going to talk about that.
I thought I was going to be able to work tomorrow.
I know, nope. And before we do that, Matt, tell me about your childhood.
Oh, my childhood was amazing.
I haven't said that to somebody in a while, so
I had a beautiful childhood.
But how you doing? No, just catching up here. How's the world for you?
Okay, so the word stable comes to mind.
Nice. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, stable, as you know, the past 18-19 months have been tumultuous.
Okay.
I'm going to use some big words here.
Sure.
Mr. English teacher.
Yeah.
The past 18-19 months, it's been a wild ride. My hands were up. It's like a roller coaster, right?
There was a lot of screaming and
but
surprises and yelling and screaming. Yeah, okay.
But life happens for a reason. Things happen for a reason, and it's just how you go about handling your business and handling yourself. And I feel like I've kept my chin up, been the bigger person, if you will.
Yep.
And just did what I felt I had to do to get through.
All right.
And I am continuing to do so. I've got goals, Jamie.
That's it.
Goals. And they're amazing goals at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a feeling that the next 3 years are going to be very telling for the next 15, 20 years after that.
All right.
So I've got goals.
Yeah, me too.
Which is?
Just 19. That's it. And just saying nothing more than that. Just leaving it
19.
19.
All right. Hang it up.
That's it. 19.
Hang up the chalk.
That's all I say.
All right.
19. And looking forward to so I'm not gonna work forever.
All right. So you and I have been friends since I was 19, right? And I'm now 47. So you can try to do the math.
All right.
You and I have been through a lot.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot. We've done a lot. We've had a lot of fun doing it. We've, there's always rifts sometimes here and there, but your friendship has been the world to me. throughout my entire almost lifetime, except for the first 19 years.
So,
But you
that's
really
sweet.
helped mold me into who I am today. So thank you.
Oh, I apologize.
You're welcome.
Well, as long as we're on that,
Yeah.
Hold that thought. We're gonna get right back to that. How much you love me in a second. I want to say how much I love the people that are watching and or listening, watching, listening. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those podcast things in all the podcast places. Comments are huge.
Yes.
So making a comment, listening along, and like we mentioned, episode 4.1, we're going to talk about the Coppercraft. 4.3. Ironfish, if you go back and listening to those, you can like those or subscribing. It's huge. So and everybody's taking the time to watch a piece or a part, just thank you for coming along for the ride with Matthew and I.
Yep. It was whiskey business
in
2018
yes.
at the Royal Oak Farmers Market.
Yes.
And we had a nice display table set up.
We did.
And it was very green behind us, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun, talked to a lot of great people.
We did. It was amazing. I was like, I listened to some of it on the way over. I was like, oh my God, that was fun.
Yeah.
It's like, we have fun doing this. Do you know that you're going to be out of town, right?
Next week, yes.
Next week. People listen to the podcast wherever, whenever. However, but we're recording here the first couple of days in November.
Correct.
And coming up on November the 8th.
Ooh, that's next week.
So you're going to be out of town. It's an extraordinarily important date.
Okay. I'm going to miss something?
Yeah.
November
it is
8th?
the 5th anniversary of the birth of the Man Cave Happy Hour.
Aw.
November 8th was our first broadcast.
At Godfather's?
At the Godfather.
I was actually just there last weekend.
So in lieu of you being in town, to celebrate the 8th. This is about the after I did this, I was like, this is about the gayest thing ever.
Jesus. Okay.
It's a bottle. It's a bottle of Old Forester Statesman.
Oh my God.
Pour me a Statesman. And it's etched. Our friends at Old Forester, they were doing etchings. And so it's etched and it says the Man Cave Happy Hour.
That is brilliant.
And it's a bottle of Statesman. And on the other side, this is where it gets really gay. It says Matt and Jamie 5-year anniversary. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, I think we're married now. So happy 5-year anniversary, Matt.
Well, thank you, Jamie.
Apparently,
oh my gosh,
5 years is Old Forester.
Wow, the etching is so freaking cool.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I guess we are married on this.
I was like, it's going to be 5 years. The 5 years coming up.
They put 2 N's in your last name.
Did they really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, all right.
Dude, this is amazing.
So it's the Statesman, and the funny thing, because August and I we got to hang out with the rep from Old Forester, and that was just like 2-3 episodes ago, and we went through each and every derivative of Old Forester,
right,
except
the Statesman.
So we have not done the Statesman.
Does the Statesman derive from the movie?
Yeah, it was a special licensing. It was a special short-term licensing. Old Forester partnered with them in the movies. Yeah, the Kingsman movies. Yeah, and it's a limited run. It was like a 5-year agreement, or they have like 2 more years on the agreement, and then Old Forester isn't sure what will happen with the Statesman, if it'll continue or not. But it was a limited licensing agreement with Old Forester.
That is so
in
cool.
the movie.
That is just wild.
So yeah, if anybody's on the Facebook or YouTube video, you can see the etching on the Old Forester Statesman bottle.
I've never had my name etched in a bottle like that.
There you are. And after looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that looks like it's like an anniversary. I just there should have been another way of phrasing that. 5 years of the Man Cave.
Well,
5 years in the hole. That's not much better.
I need to collect myself for a second.
So anyway, I got that for you, man. Just to celebrate.
You got one for yourself too. Yeah?
I do. I have not a Statesman. I didn't get a Statesman. It's Keiko's. It was happening at our friend Joe Keiko's.
Nice.
And Giovanni. We're doing a special. They had a barrel pick. They had a special Old Forester's barrel pick, and I got their barrel pick.
Nice.
Etched
And
with the very gay happy 5th anniversary. Matt
I'm
and
sure.
Jamie.
Dude, I see. And here's the
It's-
question. With how much sentimental this bottle is,
Sure.
right? Do you crack it
Yeah,
and drink it,
I know.
or do you hang on to it
I
because
know.
and put it up on the shelf and say, yeah, it was my 5-year anniversary
Right,
with
right.
Jamie.
Right.
Wait, what
It's
do you do?
I know. I'm torn. That's why I gave it to you and let you figure it out. If you come back with it after you're back in town on your many travels with your new job,
I don't know if I
congratulations on your new job.
Yeah.
If you bring it back and we crack it in studio and try the Statesman, because we have not done just a taste of Statesman.
We
did
have not.
every other configuration of Old Forester except the Statesman, and I've been dying to do because I love that movie, and I love the Kingsman movies, and I love that the bourbon was infused in it, and then they really ramped it up in the third one. And Old Forester was like, thank you
for the revenue.
So
I don't know if I can get this through customs.
Oh, no, you're not taking it with you.
Wow.
You got to drink it here someplace, or keep it on a shelf someplace. Are you moving? Is that you taking it through customs?
I'm not.
So you have it with you on the 8th, so you can celebrate and drink it on the 8th proper, the 5-year proper.
All right, fair enough.
No, it's it is.
Crack it.
If you want to crack it, you can crack it. I mean, not today because we have so much other stuff.
Yes, we do
to do today. But again, everybody who's listening and it's been a 5-year escapade in an Escalade, and thank you for everybody who's like jumped in here or there and listened at least once.
Join us in studio.
Yes, we've had some amazing guests.
Yeah.
Throughout. So thank you, and much more to come. I plan. My intention is to keep this
rolling.
Keep this party train rolling. So talking about party trains rolling, they're always people, you gotta keep things fresh. And a new trend in the spirits industry are the pre-made cocktails.
Right.
Everybody's got one going now.
We actually just got something for one of my daughters for their for Christmas this year. Pre-made martini cocktails.
I was doing over the summer. I was doing whiskey and ginger pre-mades. They were Jim Beam's. Jameson's has them.
Yes,
Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola did a pairing.
Really?
Yeah.
Jack and Coke did something?
Jack and Coke did. You pre-mix Jack and Coke. So, which is because I mean they're both very definitive products,
right?
Who protect their image and their likeness and their taste and their stamp very, very closely, and for them to join forces and actually put something out. I was pretty amazed that it happened. I haven't tried it yet.
Right?
Probably tastes like a Jack and Coke.
Well, when I make a Jack and Coke, it's Jack and Coke.
Right. So this is apparently the factory perfect way of doing it, I would suppose.
Okay, so they're regulating Jack and Cokes. All right.
So, but yeah, so if you want to know about Coppercraft, you can go to episode 4.1, and that is their story 4 years ago. Ironfish, it's funny, at the time, Ironfish, they said they were distilling 2 barrels a week in 2018.
Right.
I think they're doing more now because these are readily available at the grocery store. If you have been to the Tiger Stadium, the Comerica Park, it's not the Tiger Stadium, it's the Comerica Park.
They actually have a Coppercraft bar.
Their Coppercraft is a sponsor there of the Tigers, and there's a whole bar dedicated to that. And I don't know if that was the precipice for doing the canned cocktails or what, if it's cart horse or what. But yeah, so they have a whole Coppercraft bar there at the Copa.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't call it that. That's just don't do that again.
At the Copa.
Don't do that again, James.
Copa Cabana.
But so they have a whole thing there, and Ironfish is readily available in grocery stores as well. So is Coppercraft. I've seen Coppercraft in our local chain grocery stores. So they're readily available, but so are the cocktails. I see Coppercraft is like bottled in can. Bottled in cans.
Right.
Is canned.
It's canned, not bottled in cans. Yeah. But it's a can of Coppercraft.
It's a can of so if people watching the video, picked up a whiskey with lemonade Coppercraft. It has their branding on it, whiskey lemonade from Coppercraft. 10% alcohol by volume. It's a small batch bourbon rye whiskey with natural and artificial flavors and certified colors. Look good. I wouldn't want any uncertified colors.
It's an aluminum can that's colored copper.
Yeah, so it's, I guess, I don't know, filled by Coppercraft Distillery in Holland, Michigan. And
very local.
Yes, so I that's pretty neat. I have 2 of these, but I figured we could probably share. We got a couple things going on, so we're gonna try the Coppercraft lemonade and whiskey, and I had one previously. I bought a 4-pack and I tried them earlier because Coppercraft has a taste, right? And I haven't tried it, right? Because I have this bottle because I had 2 or 3 bottles, and this one made it.
Survived
for 4 years. I haven't cracked into this fella yet, but I remember, and when I tried the cocktail, I was like, oh yeah, that's a definite, that's the Coppercraft taste that I remember.
Interesting.
So yeah, that was kind of neat.
So many goodies coming out on that side of the table. Holy crap.
And then this one is not as widely distributed, but again, I saw this at the local grocer, and it's a smaller bottle from Iron Fish, and it's a pre-mixed salted maple old fashioned.
Really?
So yeah, so it's a smaller bottle. It's a 35% alcohol in this. It makes approximately 6 2-ounce cocktails. It's 12.7. It's a 375. It's a 375 milliliter bottle, and
but it looks just like
it's
the
like
actual
the big bottle
Fish bottle.
had a baby. It's like it had a baby.
It spawned. All right.
So this is a pre-mixed old fashioned, where this is a slightly carbonated cocktail.
And I would imagine
lemonade.
it kind of has to be because it's canned.
In the cans.
Yeah. Interesting. So what's your day look like tomorrow, Jamie?
Yeah, it's movie day for Mr. Flanagan's kids. Well, no, I'm going to have to consume mass quantities. That's why I figured we'd split the Coppercraft. So
where are we
going
starting?
back, what do you got? Just any information on the distilleries? But like I said, we can send people back to episode 4.1 and 4.3 respectively. But
the history,
just to kind of lay things out a little bit, I mentioned Coppercraft was coming at you live from Holland, Michigan. And Holland, Michigan used to be a dry county, I remember.
Yes, it used to be,
and they've gotten better. So, so Coppercraft and they've ramped up their production since the days when this was released. All right, what do you got on Coppercraft?
So yes, I'm over 21 for so you know.
Okay,
so I'm allowed. So they, being in Holland, Michigan, as they are, that's where they started, was a dry county at one point in time, right? They still source and blend. They really look around for choice ingredients. They're not just into one thing. Right, their original Coppercraft, that's a mainstay for them, but they're always looking to expand their palates, just like we are. Anywheres, and they're looking for like oaky flavors, maybe like tobacco, cinnamon, toasted nuts, toffee, even. But they branched out from originally when they started doing their bourbon. What ends up happening? They get the White Dog, right?
Yeah. So
they went into the vodka and into gin as well.
They do
have a line of that. But they really look at the cognac technique when it comes to each of their products, where they're looking at unique, maybe effects of different distillation methods, looking at different barrels and aging environments. So they really are looking for ways to get better, as far as a distillery goes. And it was really actually founded as a tribute to the American craftsman. That's where Coppercraft comes from.
Okay.
It was founded in 2012 in Holland, Michigan.
Right.
It's on the coast of West Michigan.
Man, that is some beautiful country right there, man. Yeah. There's a resort called the Homestead over there.
Nice.
And it is fancy pants, and you cannot get into it.
Yeah.
It is booked. I'm trying because it's the west coast of Michigan. It's gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, go ahead.
So because it's based on the American craftsmen, so like the auto workers, furniture craftsmen, your farmers, entrepreneurs, even of Michigan, they really left an enormous heritage to what they do and how they do it.
Okay.
So, and that's their nod to the American craftsmen, is their backstory, if you will. Right. So even though they're pretty young, being in 2012, so they're 10 years old now. They're still, super passionate. Even since the inception, they've always looking to perfect and expand the spirit offerings to include, like I said, whiskey, gin, vodka, even rum.
Yeah.
They've actually branched out into rum as well.
Wow.
So, first Michigan distiller to offer canned cocktails, which is what we're going to be doing this evening.
There
right?
we are. All right.
And the actually official partner of our own Detroit Lions. Yep. In 2018, they were named the Michigan Distillery of the Year by the New York International Spirits Competition.
Okay.
And a year later, the Metro Times. You and I have always been fans of the Metro Times.
Sure.
Even our friend that started the Orbit.
Yeah.
Remember Orby?
Oh yeah.
The Metro Times actually named them the best Michigan whiskey.
Fair play.
So,
all right.
But they're still a small batch spirit company. They really are a small batch spirit company, but they're so local, they're really getting a name for themselves, and they are going to expand it. I believe in the Coppercraft world.
No, I enjoyed the other 2 bottles that I had. And then I saw the cocktails. I'm like, I'm gonna try those. And then I was like, we should do a tasting. I have one more bottle of that. We haven't cracked into yet. It's been a little bit because there's so many things to try and do. Yeah. So, all right. I took the wrapper off.
Uh-oh.
We're going to pop the top. I'm going to pop the top on this fella. Hang on. Here we go.
Here we go. 4 years. Oh my, that's a good one. That's probably the best one we've ever had.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's an interesting packaging and bottle. It's a nice rectangular squared off bottle. If you're looking for it on the shelves, it's got a heavy reinforced glass base. I mean, this is the kind of thing you want to make a cigar ashtray out of after you're done. I
didn't think about
that. Yeah. So, all right. I figured we'd try the whiskey straight, and then we'll try the cocktail.
Okay.
Just say when. Right after this drink.
Ooh, I remember that. God, that's such a great smell.
Yeah.
You definitely, even on the nose. I haven't had a. It's been about a week since I've had a bourbon.
Okay.
But it doesn't have that ethanol, that alcohol feel.
No, I'm not getting
that on the even on the first nose. It's not there.
Decidedly bourbon.
Yes. I definitely get the hints of vanilla.
So this is straight whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, small batch, 48.5% alcohol, 97 proof. Yeah, and this bottle. This was sourced stuff that it was distilled in Indiana.
Okay.
And then they aged it here.
Right.
So that's how that worked. But like I said, this bottle is this was a gift from
5 years ago.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah,
at that event.
20. Yeah. I'm mathing. I've been mathing all day. So.
I got so many bottles on my shelf that I just haven't cracked.
I like the little bite. Not bite. It's just you know that it's whiskey. It's bourbon off the get-go.
Yeah.
Your palate.
Yep.
But it doesn't burn.
Well, 97.
It doesn't burn.
97's up there. That's nice. That's
it's not a big burn. It's a nice coat.
There's caramel, but there's another candy in there as well.
Cinnamon stick, maybe.
There's spice. Yeah.
Are you getting fruit? Maybe the citrus on there.
Maybe it's a candy and a fruit. Maybe it's the caramel, and then a plum.
A plum. Okay. So I'm kind of susceptible at the moment, but okay, I'll go with that.
Just trying to sound knowledgeable.
Okay, so we always talk about legs.
Oh yeah,
the legs. It just hangs on because the oils are there.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Nice legs in that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Open wide.
Gotta chew on this one a little bit.
Okay, so I've had a couple of nips. Kind of drinking this fast, Jamie. What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that I'm gonna actually next time I'm out at the grocery store and I see it,
yeah,
I'm actually gonna marry this one.
Yeah, okay. right.
Because we talk about our rating system,
Screw, Mary, kill.
right? This one is something I forgot how good it was,
Right.
because it's been so long.
I know.
And I have neglected on getting a bottle since I loved it the first time, and now I even 4.5 years later, here we are.
Yes. So again, cheers and thank you to the Coppercraft guys for providing this bottle, which they probably had no idea I would hang on to for 4 years and then talk them up again.
Those 2 lushes, that'll be gone next week.
4 years later, and their canned beverages. I picked those up. These are paid for. I paid for everything else. So, and I'll be paying for it again tomorrow.
Yep. So are you gonna watch a Halloween movie?
Yeah. So it's
The Ring.
Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown tomorrow in my classes. Prepare yourselves, kids.
Yeah, because all your kids watch the Man Cave Happy Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Flanagan, that was a great episode last night.
They do.
You really cracked me up with your innuendos.
They have no idea. No idea. Oh man, this last one.
The last swig?
Rich caramel. I got a rich caramel. Like have you ever done caramel apples at home? And you had like, it's like it's like about a 10-inch round disc of caramel, and then you wrap it around your apple.
Right.
Have you ever ripped one of those off and laid it on your tongue? Piece of that, and that was that rich, thick coating of caramel on that last little sip there.
That's quite the visual.
That's what I just got on that last one. It was nice, rich caramel in that. That was like the 4th sip I had. So
wow,
this is hanging out. These flavors are progressing, and the bottle's been open for a second. So, boy, we could just do this all night.
I honestly, you're welcome to the Man Cave.
Yes, we'll finish this bottle off.
I'm seeing vapor trails.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would marry this bottle, and I will actually make a point to get a bottle of this for maybe a few friends for the holidays.
Yeah, this is
because price wise, when I'm out and about, the MSRP on it, from what I remember, it's not break the bank.
No,
it really isn't.
I'm enjoying it, and I like the looks on the shelf. I like sharing things with guests, like friends that come over, and here, try this, and and I got some Blantons, I got some Angel's Envy, and I got some makers. I got the community bottles, and but this is one that I like because I like sharing Michigan things. I'm excited about Michigan things, so if I can share this with some friends too. Because I haven't had this open in because I had, like I said, they gave us like a couple open bottles, and then I had this, and I finished those off, and then I had this closed one, and it's been sitting. So we haven't been in here.
God,
quite a while.
I'm looking at their lineup. We got the straight bourbon. Then they have a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys as well. They also have a rye whiskey. They have a vodka. They have 2 vodkas. They have an Applejack, if you would, that's actually made with Michigan apples. That's interesting. They do have the gin, and they have got a rum. My goodness.
The Michigan shelf price on this is $42.95.
See, that is super not break the bank.
Yeah, and they have a Coppercraft Applejack. It's an American brandy.
That's what that is?
The Applejack is a brandy, yeah, and that's coming in at $34.
That's only 80 proof too.
They have a Coppercraft citrus vodka, the gin, the Holland rum.
That Applejack would be amazing in a mule.
The single barrel. Now their single barrel comes in at $69.
The Jack Mule.
So this isn't the single barrel. This is just the blended straight bourbon.
So,
but
and on their website,
very nice
for that Applejack. They actually have a couple of cocktails.
Yeah,
one's called the Jack Mule, where it's 2 ounces of Coppercraft Applejack, 1 ounce of lime juice, 0.5 ounces of simple syrup, and you top that with ginger beer, and you garnish with an apple slice. That sounds somewhat refreshing, if you would. And that's on the Applejack that they have. And that's the brandy. That's wild.
I'm getting a little green apple in this now. Getting the caramel on a green apple.
So
All
I'm
right.
wondering if because they might use, Michigan apples
Mhm.
for their distilling process. And
Right.
you never know what type of apple you're going to get in Michigan. You don't know if it's going to be red or if it's going to be a Honey Crisp or what have you. That's just way Michigan apples grow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All right. So next up, we're gonna try the whiskey lemonade.
Okay.
The canned. You want to split this? You want a whole can yourself? Or you
We'll
wanna,
split it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a school night.
It is a school night.
All right. So there we go. So it's carbonated.
Yes, it is. Don't shake it.
It's fuzzy. So it's carbonated. It's clear. It's fizzy.
Okay, and this is supposed to be a lemonade.
Whiskey lemonade. Yeah.
Kind of like what is the other one? The hard lemonade. That Mike's hard lemonade.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. Yeah. That's not whiskey based.
No.
So this is whiskey based. All right. So,
but you said you've had this already.
I tried this. Yeah. Not after drinking the real deal.
All right.
Oh, and after having my mouth coated with the straight bourbon,
it's definitely lemonade flavor, but that other coat of the straight bourbon whiskey,
I think it's
that kind of enhances what
it really does. I think we maybe should add a couple Frito chips there to water to
give me some of them Cool Ranch.
Clear the deck before doing it.
What do we need? Why do we don't need to clear our palate? Come on.
That's it.
So Jamie,
yes, Matthew.
It's been a hot second since I've seen you.
Yeah.
You and Augie did a show recently together with the Old Forester folks, right? But you and I really haven't had that chance to kind of sit down and just kind of commiserate for a moment.
Yeah.
How's everything going in the DJ world for you? Are you still rocking and rolling?
Oh my gosh.
In the free world?
Yes. October, it's like we record whenever people listen whenever, but this is the end of October, the beginning first couple days of November here. Since like the second week of September, I've had every Friday and Saturday booked.
That is crazy.
I got this Saturday and the following Saturday, and then I'm done until May
of next year.
Yeah,
of 2023.
But in the last 2 months, I've had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Jesus.
16 gigs. 15, yeah, 15, because there was one Friday I didn't have a gig. But every other day was Friday, Saturday. So it's October is the new June for brides.
Honestly, because even in Michigan, weather-wise,
yeah,
it as we all it's going to be in the freaking 60s this coming week, and we're in the first week in November.
It's 70 tomorrow. Yeah,
right. So, but yeah, I can see where June is the new October.
Right.
Just weather-wise, because I had a barn wedding a few weeks back on a Friday.
Yeah.
And it was a 2-hour drive to the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Right. This was her second wedding, which is funny because I was the DJ at her first wedding. So that's a totally different story. But I don't know why you would bring your DJ back from your first wedding if
you were just that damn good. Man.
Apparently. So,
right.
But yeah.
At least I know the party will be good.
But, but even then, I was kind of worried about the weather because it was in a barn. You didn't know if it was going to be cold. It was the mid-October.
Yep.
You have no idea what to expect.
Oh, yeah.
So what do? You just prepare.
Yeah.
How many layers did you wear?
Yeah.
One.
Well, one, hoping for the best.
But, that was done at like 10:30 in the evening. I was home by 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It was just like a normal Friday.
Right. Yeah.
But that was a long Friday because I had to work in the morning.
Ooh, yeah.
And that was the only Friday wedding that I had this entire year. And it just happened to be 2 hours away.
Ugh, yeah.
That was my own fault.
And you booked it.
I booked it.
You booked it. You did that to yourself.
Yeah. I'm like a Radiohead song. Yes.
Yeah.
I do it to myself. I do.
So, I booked, I blocked off more weekends next year to have less frantic DJ bookings.
No, you blocked a number of weekends next year to have a life.
Yeah.
With your wife and enjoy your weekends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
because she takes half the money anyway, so it's like, well, what's the point of working when she comes in? Oh, morning, honey. Where's the cash? And she's like rifling through my, wallet. And I got it. It's okay. See ya. No, I'm kidding. I leave it on the dresser, and you know, it's like,
Because you're good like that.
Hey, I got paid cash on the last couple. It's all on the dresser. Help yourself.
Right. So, at what point are you thinking? Because you're blocking off weekends for next year already.
Yeah.
Because we're not spring chickens.
Sure.
What we still are young.
Yeah.
But we still want to enjoy our lives. So, at what point are you going to cut the proverbial DJ string?
You're a little younger than me.
Yeah.
I'm 56.
I'm 47.
So yeah, so I'm 50, so I got 9 on you. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll be 60 in a couple of years. So I mean, you know, who wants a 60-year-old DJ at their wedding? Well, apparently
playing Pitbull.
The couple from last weekend did, because I just tore the place up.
How old were they though? How old were the bride and groom?
They had just graduated college, so they were probably 24, 25.
Fair. You're an experienced, polished DJ.
Yeah.
And you understand what people look for in music, and you can play to the crowd.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they want someone a little bit older that has that experience?
I'm having a little hard time though with some, because I had like a wedding with like some kids that were like 21, and play some ratchet music, and I'm like, I don't have any like mechanic sound effects. What? I don't. What
you said? Ratchet music. My brain goes towards Ratchet and Clank, the video game.
What is this? What is this ratchet you're talking about? I don't understand what. Apparently, it's the very you know, rappy.
Is that like dubstep?
I'm actually might. Who knows? It could. We could be like blowing like FCC laws by saying the word ratchet. I'm sure we'd have to. I should probably Urban Dictionary it. But it's not a term of endearment. You know, if a girl is ratchet, she's kind of trash,
really?
Kind of trash. You know, it's a little bit trashy. So they want a trashy rap. You know, like that. You know, the Cardi B and the, you know, the WAP and pop, drop, and lock it. Pop, drop, and lock it. You know, and walk it out. Walk it out.
Yep. I actually played that this past weekend. Actually.
So yeah, it was funny you mentioned that, because we a lot of times when we're gigging, doing DJ gigs, we'll like be texting each other back and forth. Look at this pile of poo I'm playing. Look at the dance floor, dance like crazy. Look at these people, they're nuts. And we're like, damn, I wish it was some Sisters of Mercy. You know, no, we're pop, lock, and dropping it when we want to be playing The Cure and Depeche Mode
and Afghan Wigs and Peter Murphy.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's our. People go, oh, what would you want to hear? I go, nothing that would entertain you. That's for sure. But I'm losing it a little bit with like the getting really ratchet with it, and it's all this mumble stuff. It's like who Usher. No, not Usher. Canadian lad, Drake.
Oh yes,
Drake. It's in like The Weeknd. The Weeknd's got a couple more upbeat stuff, but it's like it's mid tempo.
Well, the Weeknd sold out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But Drake is 4 letters.
It's all good.
I don't know.
Drake is 5 letters.
Yeah, fair enough. Not the way I spell.
Usher is 5 letters.
All right. Anyway, those 5-letter lads. It's mid tempo. I never would play it. I would never.
It's 105 beats per minute.
Drake, and it's like it's crap.
And then Drake is like comes in at 76 beats per minute. And you're like, I can't do anything.
I can't. What can I do with this? And yeah. So, I teach high school and I DJ'd our homecoming dance. Right. So
I remember that picture. It looked amazing.
I had 1,200 high school kids losing their damn minds for 3 hours.
Because you played the Macarena. You played the Cupid Shuffle. You played the Wobble.
I did not play the Macarena, no, but I did do the Cupid and the Wobble. But so my yearbook girls, I advised you, and so my yearbook girls were like very concerned about the playlist, and so I'm like, well, you guys make some suggestions. I go, we have a playlist for you, and we called it, and it's like Flanagan's playlist. It's on Spotify. You should try to find it. There's a Mr. Flanagan's Homecoming, you better play this playlist somewhere out on Spotify. They made it public so they could share it with me. And so I took their playlist, and then I had already had a playlist for going set up. And I showed them what I had, and they're, oh, well, this is pretty good. I'm like, yeah.
It's
I go,
called-
who do you think you're dealing with? But I never ever would have played Drake. I just don't like it.
Right.
I don't dig it. I don't think it's any good. And I take that back. It's no good for my mindset of DJing to get people to dance to.
Perfect. And that's where I was going to go, because
not that I don't like Drake, and I don't have like all
It's-
the Drake people
it doesn't
hating
seem-
on me, but
it's
yeah.
just not danceable
to me.
to me as well.
So, but to these 1,200 high school kids, I played the Drake. They lost their damn minds. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll play two Drakes for you.
They stood there and talked to one another and sang along with the song. They weren't dancing. They were mumbling with it.
Yes,
right?
that's pretty much it. And it's mumble music. It's mumble music, and that all that mumble rap. It's like it's I don't. And so I'm getting a little out of touch with that.
That's
so.
fair.
I need older couples to DJ for, basically. I run into a little bit. It's more work for me with the younger couples, because I really got to work at it to, and I don't, I don't like working.
So
I like the easy, because when we used to DJ at the bar, it was like we would get screams. You would hit play on a song, and the bar would scream, and it would be cool because you would do like the State Theater downtown Detroit, which is now the Fillmore, Club X.
As did you.
And I did that a couple times. You did that more than me. And then, but the Ritz in Roseville was a big bar in Roseville.
It became the Palladium.
Yeah, and it was a massive bar that you could get 800, 1,200 people in there
easily. I saw Weird Al Yankovic there.
Yeah, I mean, national acts would go through there.
Yeah.
And so we'd DJ these places, and you'd have 800 people, and you'd hit play, and you get this scream. And it's like, or even like Lipsticks, the other bar that we did, you get 500 people in there, and you hit play, you get the scream, And I got a couple screams at homecoming with the
Drake.
Yeah, I haven't had a good play and a scream in a while. So
I've actually had a couple of good screams over the past few gigs. And it had to do with how the songs came together. Because that's with the technology that we have now. When we first started out, it was 2 CD players stacked on one top of each other. It was master mix after master mix. Now, as we tweak the sound, tweak the beats per minute, what have you, you can actually do something. They can hear what you're about to play, and that's what makes them scream. Right. So it's not the song itself, but it's how the artistry is coming together.
Wow, we went off on a major DJ tangent.
We kind of did
there.
See, that's what the Man Cave is.
Yeah,
it's not just always about whiskey, scars, and spirits. It's about people. It's about you. it's just about what we do. That's why. And if you're still listening, you're still watching. Honestly, thank you.
Yeah. The inner workings of a DJ's mind.
But that whole tangent was leading me to this question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
That entire tangent. Because I shared with you that I am hanging up the proverbial headphones.
Hanging up your rock and roll shoes.
So you have been going at this for a little bit longer than I have.
I started in 89, so it's 33 years. I've been DJing parties, weddings, and clubs for 33
you're incredibly
years.
Polished, right? So at what point are you going to pull the plug on your DJ career? Because you're so good at it, you've been doing it so long. I'm not putting you on the spot. You don't have to say, but is there an end date? For you?
I was like, I'm done.
I've been done once before, and I got back into it.
I know. But I got 2 agents that book me. There's Elite Wedding Company. They book me, and then Love Plus One DJs or Love Plus One Entertainment. I don't know what the hell he calls it. It's Love Plus One. Darren Ravel, if anybody knows Detroit, old Detroit for early 89X radio. We're actually the buildings we're in, the Podcast Your Voice Studios. See, there's 3 buildings here.
Yeah,
one of my fraternity brothers owns these buildings.
Yeah.
But Darren is in the next building over. It's like it's a small world after all. But yeah, so Love Plus One's offices are just in the next building over. But so they both booked me, and on the calendars I put in August. No, strike that. October of 2024. I blocked off all of October. And usually I just block off the Friday, Saturday if I want that off. I blocked off the entire month of October of 2024, saying, estimated possible planned retirement from DJing would be September of 2024.
Good for you.
Possible.
Possible. At some point you got to hang the headphones up.
Yeah.
Because you need to take your weekends back.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled that plug.
Yeah. Did you?
I did.
Aw.
I've enjoyed my tenure.
Yeah.
I've had great experiences.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of great people. But in all honesty, I have to be done because I quit. Not quit, but I took a hiatus at one point because I got a little bit jaded.
Oh, okay.
And I can share this with you now. Right?
Sure.
I got a little bit jaded because there was one point where the groom was pushing $3
Yeah.
and the bride was maybe $1.25 wet.
Yeah. Okay.
And their first dance song. Have I shared this with you before?
No.
All right. So their first dance song was Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. Not a very fast song, but not a very slow song.
No.
Kind of medium tempo, right?
Crap, medium tempo horse.
Yep.
Poo.
Yep. That's Goo Goo Dolls, Slide.
Yeah.
And the bride literally was running around the dance floor because of the centrifugal force around the groom was so immense. She was literally running around the dance floor trying to keep up with this cat.
Oh, she's like the end girl on the chain.
Honestly,
of the skaters
it was
trying to catch up.
And I'm just sitting there going, oh, and I just had these opinions of. So I had to take a hiatus.
That did it for you, really?
This was years ago. That was the
okay.
first time I did a hiatus. The bride came up to me later that night and she's like, God, my feet are killing me. And I'm like, what a guy, I wonder why. So that was because as a DJ, as a wedding DJ, we care so much about the client.
Oh yeah.
We want to take care of, but if you're starting to have those kind of jaded opinions about certain things, you need to remove yourself from that situation. So I did. 19. So then fast forward a few years, I got back into the industry and I've had a great run, and it helped me get my kids through high school, raising kids, college, great side money and side business at that. But in the same token, I need my weekends back, Jamie.
Sure.
I'm at a certain point where my kids are grown. They're out of the house. I don't need that side income anymore to be happy. Right. So here we are in 2022.
You got to leave with a great taste in your mouth.
I'm going to take the opportunity.
I'm just setting up a 12-year-old joke. So go ahead.
I know you are. I'm taking that opportunity to really focus inward.
Yeah.
Because you had asked me earlier when we started, how's your childhood? Well,
sure,
or how's life or what's been going on? It's stable. And I'm at a point where I don't need that side income anymore.
Sure. Okay.
So but I was just curious as to what your thought process was around it, because,
but then I want to retire from teaching. I'm done with the classroom. I'm a little tired. If you talk about getting jaded, a little tired. And so it's my time to bow out. Will be coming sooner than later. And the DJ's money is a nice side income, but again, who wants a 20-year-old DJ? But I mean a 6-year-old DJ
who's been doing it 35 years.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I'll take choice gigs. I have not done a gig at the Detroit Institute of Arts.
Oh, the DIA. Huh?
Yeah, I've been to parties where I was at a party. Darren, Love Plus One DJ, who took over the company from Urban Chris. Let's name drop local DJ people, friends.
It's all good.
Urban Chris is if you're in Canada, he's got the Urban Field House over there in the Windsor near Detroit area. The Urban Field House is a great wedding venue run by Chris and his wife. He's the DJ, she's the photographer. It's an amazing venue over there. But anyway,
he's the rapper. I'm the DJ.
Yeah, he's the DIA. I want to do the DIA. You got to pop that on. Don't just. You got to hang on. We're gonna get to the Coppercraft.
I'm getting there. I'm sorry.
Are you in a hurry?
No.
And so,
I was just trying to get the.
Do you want to get the pop? You got to get the pop. So
the rapper.
Yeah. Darren was at the DIA, and I was like, I totally want to do a gig inside the DIA in the worst way. I had a couple call me about the Fox Theater. Oh, now I've done the State. I've done St. Andrew's Theater. I've done St. Andrew. I've done the Shelter. I've done the Emerald.
The
downtown
Gem.
Mount Clements. Yeah. The Gem. I've done the Royal Oak Music Theater. I've done
every single one of those. I've done a place.
I've done. There's a Pontiac. I think it's the I don't know what it's called. There's
The Lafayette Grand.
No, I've done that, but there's a theater there, the Strand or something. I did that one too. So, but the Fox is the only one that I haven't done. And so I need that for the DJ Jamie on Tour shirt. No, I don't really, but it was cool. They're called, and I would love to do a gig inside the DIA. I want to rock the Mummy's tombs while I'm playing the music. So
if we can just get over to England, where our friends Highclere Castle, if we get down to King Tut's tomb,
that'd be cool.
Yep.
Anyhow, yeah, but I don't know if I'll keep going after I quit teaching just for side income, because I'll have to do something for like 2 years. I'm going to retire from teaching, but I'll still have to do something because I'll only be 58.
I got an idea. I got an idea for you.
And so,
be a Walmart.
Sure, it's on the table. That is not on the table. It's the whole friendly Walmart greeter part.
Welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out.
That's it.
Thank you, Jeff Dunham. Yes.
I'm not as friendly as you would imagine. All right. So talk about leaving a taste in your mouth, though. We were there.
Wow, nice.
How did the Coppercraft lemonade whiskey treat you? You finished it. Your glass is empty.
My glass is empty, and we went on a tangent, so it did something.
Yeah.
It was fine. It tasted like lemonade with bourbon in it.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice and it's light. It's a summery drink, but it'd be good anytime.
We didn't have any ice. I can see that being a lot better.
I have ice.
No, I'm just saying we didn't have it over ice, but I could see.
I have good ice too.
Oh, do you got the ball, the round balls?
No, I have handmade. I have hand hewn.
Hand what?
Hand hewn.
Okay.
Clear cubes of ice.
WTF? What?
Yeah. So we'll talk about how I made my ice.
All right.
Coming up once we crack into this. So next up, we're going to get into the ironfish.
Right. Are we doing that right now?
So what do we know? Ironfish is in what part of Michigan? It says on the label, probably.
Ironfish is in Thompsonville, Michigan.
And okay, we defer you back to episode 4.3 where we talked to the guys, and they opened up in 2016. So we were talking to them just about they were under 2 years new at the time. They were only distilling 2 barrels a day. But they've ramped it up. They've ramped it up since then because they're now available in
but they finished the Ironfish is actually finished in turn that back around. It's finished in maple syrup barrels.
So what they do is they have the barrels and they age the whiskey in it. They take the whiskey out, they fill it with maple syrup, let the maple syrup age for like 8 months.
Right.
Take the maple syrup out.
And then
put the whiskey back into it. And so you have more of this, these flavors being introduced, not infused, but these flavors being introduced into the mixture, into the recipe. So it's farm blended Ironfish DeVille up in Thompsonville. And so that's how they do it. It's 86 proof. This is coming in hot. 86 proof, 43% alcohol. So this is a little lighter. We probably should have went the other way with it, but
it's all good.
I wanted to do the lighter cocktail,
right?
Because the Ironfish Old Fashioned has a lot more gas than the. This is because it was about the cocktails,
that's the finishing right there.
And it was about This was a bit more gas in this guy here.
So there's not much about that I can find on the Ironfish.
Oh, it's all good. We can just crack this bad boy. If anybody, because we talked to the guys.
We have talked to them in 4.3.
Literally go back, and it'll be linked down in the comments there. And like I said, they've been doing this since 2016. So and they're getting a little bigger, getting a little big for the britches. But no, they're getting bigger, and I enjoy it. Let's crack this bottle open.
All right, let's see what happens. Ready?
These are a few of my favorite things.
Those two pops tonight have been spot.
There you go. You're the one with the real job. You pour the next round.
Smelling the bottle.
You gotta make the decision.
Say when.
I'm saying passing the bottle to you and letting you making those hard choices.
Right.
Holy crap, dude.
What? That's one finger.
That's a healthy pour.
Yeah.
Man.
But I'm not gonna say it.
All right.
So, cheers.
Holy Nikes! All right.
Hey, it's a healthy pour, but it's only one healthy finger pour because I have fat fingers.
This glass is the size of a dinner plate. You like these? They say Mackinac on them in red. These are from the Grand Hotel.
Ah, nice.
These are like Grand Hotel. These are they were accidentally packed into somebody's suitcase.
Wait.
My mom and dad are bandits. They
That kind of reminds me of my 40th birthday in Cleveland when I
Yeah.
walked away with a few Guinness glasses.
Yeah. So yeah, my mom and dad are thieves. So they stole these from the Grand Hotel. I was cleaning out their house. I'm like, oh, those are coming home with me.
Of course.
Well,
they're in Michigan.
So I've received stolen goods. All right, what are you getting on the nose on this?
Well, unlike the last bottle, the first sniff, a little bit of ethanol.
I'm getting ethanol. Yep.
But then when you go back in for a second, a little bit more ethanol.
I said this is like I got it at Kroger, which is one of our major chains here.
Yeah, the K. Roger.
Yeah, I bought this, and like I said, I have bottles. I bought we'll do a show about this, and I have all these bottles on my shelf. It's like, oh, do a show about this, and then I buy more, and then we talk to other people, and this has been on the shelf for a good year and a half.
So the nose, I had to get past the nose because I kept getting ethanol, unfortunately. This is coming in at what proof?
43?
40
or 43%.
86 proof. So you know what? There's no warmth for me on this one.
Right.
I
Well,
don't
I mean, we started with a stronger one.
We did,
but the cocktail is going to be harder than the lemonade. Is the reason I did it.
I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that spiciness on this one. But you know what?
It's got some legs. It's got the legs in it.
They do hang on. They're there. But it's not a bad for finished in maple syrup barrels. It's kind of creamy at that because it's finished in that maple syrup.
I was trying to get I was trying to discern is there a maple syrup more sugary than I would say it's a little more sugary.
It's sugary
than just a straight bourbon,
right?
Because you got your bourbons, you got your caramel and vanilla, which are sweets. I wouldn't categorize bourbon as sweet, but they're sweets. There's a sugariness to this. I wouldn't have, unless the label says like it's finished in syrup barrels. I wouldn't have labeled it syrup straight away.
And on the bottle, it says, as while waiting for our own Iron Fish distilled whiskey, we came upon this spirit, this one right here.
Yeah.
A blend of corn, rye, and malted barley in fired American oak barrels. We fell for it and gave it a hint of maple by finishing the spirit in well-seasoned whiskey barrels.
So, yeah, they're MGP. Out of that when we talk to them, if you go back to that conversation, they're forthright about it, about where it came from. So they're basically MGP stuff, which is always generally solid spirits.
Yeah, from where we are now in Thompsonville, Michigan, because we're in like the southeast Michigan Southfield area.
Yep,
they're 3 hours and 30 minutes away from us right now.
Okay. So we can say bad stuff and they won't make it here.
Well, they'll have to get here late. I won't be here.
No. All right. So yeah, they're about 3 hours from the Metro Detroit area.
But they are actually doing a lot of events. If you go to their website,
I think they're between Grand Rapids and Traverse. I think they're in that area.
Yep. So ironfishdistillery.com. They've got a lot of events that are going on.
Oh, they do.
So
it's their tasting house, their space, the farm, the fish farm, the Iron Fish Farm.
Yeah.
Amazing place. And there's so many things over on that side of the state. That are cool. Like you go up in the Leelanau Peninsula, you have all the wine country up there. But there's some cool distilleries popping up over there too. You could almost do a Michigan bourbon tour.
I was gonna say, I would say in the next 10 years or so.
That's it. We retire and we start the Michigan Bourbon Boys. Instead of our friends, the Kentucky Bourbon Boys, we'll have them teach us how to curate tours of the bourbon distilleries throughout Michigan
and drive drunks around. Is that what it is?
But the thing is, there's a lot like right in the Metro Detroit area. I mean, Valentine was vodka, but they do got the Pingree whiskeys, and then Motor City Gas, Detroit City Distillery. There's the Rusted Crow.
There are so many great distilleries,
amazing stuff in and around.
Yeah.
So you'd be hard pressed to keep it to the west side. It's like, oh, that'd be cool to do it on the west side because there's some neat stuff over there on the west side.
Then you bring it back to the east side.
Yeah, and over here in the Metro Detroit area, and I'm missing a bunch. 8 Mile Vodka.
Jesus, man.
We haven't done 8 Mile Vodka.
We haven't.
I heard it's all strained through Eminem's hat. They take one of his little beanies and they strain it all right through his hat.
And they serve it at Mom's Spaghetti.
That is it.
Right.
And that's why you throw up afterwards. It's in the song. I'm not being mean.
No, you're right. If you only knew what the world of a DJ was.
Yeah. So anyway.
we live our lives through song lyrics and movie quotes. Is that what it is?
I do. I really do.
No, I'm actually, as I continue to dive into this Ironfish, it's continuing to layer my palate, if you will, and kind of coat the back of my throat. It's getting nicer as time goes on, because there are things that'll hit you right off the bat and you're like, no, never again. Give it a chance.
Sure. Well, you poured enough in these glasses. We're got to give it a chance.
Oh, come on.
Matt is heavy fisted. I was trying to behave myself. I was like, Matt, he'll pour a, and then he's like,
that was a respectable pour.
Like, glug, 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 like 5 glugs. It's like,
that was a respectable pour.
No, it was fine.
It was barely one fat finger.
But I know it's syrup barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm susceptible to the suggestion, and so I'm getting the syrup, but it's sugary. It's not, but not sugary in a bad way. It's sweet, but on the sugary side of sweet.
Have I had better? Yes.
Yeah.
Have I had worse?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely have had worse. But this is kind of right in that mid-range, mid-level.
I am glad that this is on my shelf at home.
Yes, it's definitely a different.
I will be happy to share it with people, and I'll go to it now and again as well.
And that's the thing. You don't want to give folks the same thing every time they come over. You want to mix it up a little bit. You know what? Try this. Try that.
Yep. For some reason, every time I say that, there's a bunch of stuff down there. They grab the Old Fitz or the Blantons.
I've never had that before.
Either the $500 or the $200 bottle. All right, help yourself. I'm just messing with it. But please come over and help yourself too.
Yeah, but you got to hide that shit.
Bill is probably like, why? I'm waiting. Bill, he's like, $11.59 Bill.
Uh-huh.
He's like, you guys got him, but we got to have Bill on.
At 11:59. I haven't seen that man in a while.
Yeah, no. I haven't either
because I haven't been out at 11.
It's on Facebook. It just all these ancillary friends that you bump into now and again on the face space. So, that's nice though. That's
the Ironfish. This bourbon is actually starting to make sense to me and my palate. And it's not overbearing. It's not kicking my ass. It's bourbon. And
yep.
I've had worse. I've had better.
I'm getting the maple. I'm not getting the maple syrup. I'm getting the maple. If that makes sense.
It does.
I'm getting maple, not necessarily maple syrup.
Right.
It's almost a woody syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Natural.
It's natural. It's not artificial.
Oh, yeah.
It's in an American oak barrel. You're getting the oakiness out of it.
Yep.
I am. It's standardly bourbon. You're getting the vanilla. You're getting all that fun stuff out of it. I wonder what would happen if you open this up.
I don't know.
Whether with it be a couple drops of water or with an ice cube, what would happen to the taste? Would it diminish it? We're gonna find out.
Find out.
All right. Look at these ice cubes. You had mentioned these ice cubes.
I know. I talked about ice cube.
Look, a little drop.
I'm trying to get a drop in there. I did this with the Old Forester, and I poured like a shot. There you go. So the bag's like wide open.
Nope, you're good.
All right.
So I saw a couple drops go in yours. Let's see what happens over here.
So slowly. Once it starts going, there it is. Yeah. See, once it goes, it goes. All right. So open it up a little bit.
Put a little bit of water in there, and that's the thing. When you put some water in your bourbon or whiskey, it kind of opens it up with the chemicals at the top. That sit up there. Okay. That actually provided me an opportunity to tell you I could definitely get the maple syrup out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I switched it around a little bit, and I'm definitely understanding the maple syrup.
I got
aspect of this.
the ethanol back.
Did you?
Mhm.
No, I got the maple syrup out of that with a few drops of water. Dilute it a little bit, and there was not a lot left in my glass, but yeah, I'm actually getting a little more sweetness out of it.
I got the ethanol back
Sorry, dude.
with it. No. It's still it's still that nice maple. The nice maple flavor. Decidedly bourbon.
Decidedly bourbon.
And then because it's lesser proof, right?
85.
It's 86 proof.
86.
Yeah, 43%. All right, so ice. See that ice? That is about.
You can see you through it.
I can see clearly now.
The rain is. Wow, that is a clear ass ice cube, man. I don't mean to touch your glass.
If you want to, no, you're good. If you want to fish a piece out of there.
So help me understand these ice cubes, Jamie.
I made some hand hewn.
Hand hewn. What is hand hewn?
Hand carved, hand cut. Hand hewn from the rocks.
I think hand cut, hand hewn. I'm thinking of Superman making a diamond out of a piece of coal. You like made the ice yourself with your hands. No, those are clear. Was it regular water? Did you boil this?
No, it was regular water. What you need is one of those little baby coolers. It's a cooler. You need just a lunchbox size cooler.
Okay.
Size of a bread box.
Right. Little Craftsman.
So yeah. So I mean, this is a little lunchbox bag, right? So it's about this square, but it's about twice as deep. Right.
Oh, fair.
So it's probably
plastic or
12 by 8. No, it's plastic. It's a hard igloo, igloo.
Yep.
Right? Not the slidey top one. And you want one that the top comes off of.
Oh.
That you can yank the top off of it.
Okay.
Right. So you just have an open big square.
Okay.
12 by 8.
Which I don't
6
have.
inch
I
deep
have the
cup,
the
basically.
Yeah.
Or you leave it open. You the igloo slidey one.
I have that one.
You leave the top. You leave the top slid open.
Okay.
Fill it, 3/4 to 90% full of water, and set it in the fridge.
Oh, you have a room in your fridge for that?
In your freezer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
You have room in your freezer for that.
You need to have
room
in your freezer to do that. And then level helps. Level helps.
Okay.
And then
break it up.
20 to 24 hours. Depends on how much thickness you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So somewhere right around 24 hours in a nice cold freezer. About half of it will be frozen, and it'll be crystal clear. And then you'll set it. You'll put it in the sink, and then let it kind of pop out after about 10 minutes. And then you get a bread knife.
A bread knife.
The serrated bread knife, and a hammer, and a towel.
So this is experience talking, right?
Yeah. So you can just, you just when it falls out of the cooler, and then all the water from the 2/3 that didn't freeze pops out, and then you just kind of clean off the top, and you have this nice thick sheet, like a good 2-inch thick, 1.5 inch thick sheet of ice that's like 1.5 inches by like 12 by 8, and then you just saw with the bread knife till you just score it,
and it's like
it's just like
9-inch serrated bread knife,
right? So you just score it with the bread knife, and then tap it with the hammer after you've scored it, just like 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch cut into it, tap it with the hammer, splits nicely, and then you chop the ice into
is this
fascinating very clear cubes, because it's the way water freezes and the bubbles and the oxygen, and when you're in a cooler, and it's just how the air gets trapped, and it doesn't make the bubbles yet. If you let it freeze for 2 days, you would have a big solid chunk of ice, and the bottom part of it
Right.
would be all that bubbly white stuff, and you would
Right.
have a nice top clear part, but then it would be hard separating it.
Fair.
So if you just go 24 hours and the half of it's still water, or more than half of it's still water, you have nice clear chunks. And your wife goes, "What the hell are you doing with my bread knife on the counter?" And I'm like, "I'm making ice."
All
You're
right.
making a mess.
And thus the reason why when you go to a cocktail bar and they have ice cubes that are this clear,
yeah.
there's a reason why you're paying what you're paying because of what goes into making said ice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You see?
So I made a new bag last night, and I was very pleased with it. All right, so this is from Ironfish, and this is a salted maple old fashioned. It's the bourbon, which we had, the barreled bourbon. But it's the iron, and they sell like bottles. I have a bottle of this size of Ironfish maple syrup.
Oh,
finished in bourbon barrels.
okay.
But this has the bitters and salt already in it.
So
as well.
it's a pre-made cocktail.
This is a pre-made cocktail, much like the lemonade and
Yeah.
whiskey carbonated. This is a pre-made cocktail. It says you can finish with an orange, but I didn't bring oranges. Here we're gonna pop the top on
Here we
this. There you go.
See,
It's
we've
a
had-
smaller bottle.
All right, that was
All right.
3 good pops. What can I tell you? All right, let's see what happens here.
All right, you can pour however much you want.
Oh, that's dangerous. Daddy's got to work tomorrow.
I know. So that's why I just it looks thick.
Ooh, it smells thick.
All right. Oh, this smells much more mapley than the bourbon, which it should. I'm not getting no ethanol off the nose. It's like
No, they're-
20%.
I'm not getting any ethanol.
73 proof, 36%. This is 36%. That's a strong drink.
That is a strong drink.
It's not 86,
Salt-
but it's still 70.
A lot of folks will see salted and their mind will go towards caramel, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Salted caramel. But this is salted maple.
Right.
Did you
Oh, the
like-
salt's in there. That ooh. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can definitely feel the salt.
If I was gonna marry one of these two again, it would definitely be the mix.
It would I actually am not offended by the mix.
Yeah. This is a nice little cocktail.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. When you're rushed, I like coming home from work and I like making a cocktail. I mean, I make a damn cooler full of ice, every 3 weeks to have, ice for cocktails. It is fun. I just like, if I'm drinking just the lemonade at home, I'll put like the ice in it just for fun.
Yeah.
It's just, I just to have clear ice in my cocktail, in my, lemonade that I'm drinking.
And that's what
And
people
look
are.
at it, clear as that.
It is.
That
That is
that's-
a clear piece
That's
of
a
ice.
nice.
Yeah,
I'm proud of that ice.
you should be.
So
And that when you go to a bar, to a cocktail restaurant, or what have you,
mhm.
and the ice comes out this clear, there's a reason why you're paying $12-13 for said cocktail. How much was this bottle?
I don't even know.
Oh.
It's been, like I said, I've been sitting on these. I bought these at the same time. And it was about a year and a half ago.
Mm.
I've been planning on this episode for about a year and a half.
And you have nothing more to say?
Well, my planning is pretty shallow.
I'm
What,
just
nothing more to say. We've been going for an hour and a half. For
I'm
Christ's
just-
sakes.
I'm just playing. Hey, thanks for the like there, Mr. Smith.
Oh, hey, wait.
All right. So let me share with you my thoughts around the old-fashioned salted maple ironfish.
Yeah.
If I see this at the store,
Mm-hmm.
I'll think twice about it.
Mm.
I like my old-fashioned better than this one. Because like you
Fair
said,
enough, fair
I
enough.
like to come home and make a cocktail.
I do.
And I like how I make a cocktail. If someone's going to do it for me, that's cheating,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If I'm entertaining folks,
I want to make the cocktails.
I want to make the cocktail.
I had some people over and I made a couple cocktails and I'm like, hey, who wants, and I was like making some cocktails. I was pretty proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else was drinking wine. I'm like, who's drinking bourbon with me? I had two takers.
Was I one of them? No, and that's the thing. I know I don't mind that they're going down the road of making their own old fashioned with their spirit, and I appreciate that and I respect it. The same token, I'm also someone that wants to do it themselves.
Watershed is out of Ohio, out of Toledo, maybe.
Okay.
Not Toledo, but they're out of Ohio, somewhere in one of those armpity parts of Ohio.
I can name a few. I can name a few more, but I won't.
Is the armpit of America. But the Watershed, they do the pre-mixed, and we had them on. We hung out with the Watershed guys.
We did,
and they had the pre-made. I enjoyed that, and it just sometimes after your third or fourth one, you don't want to go through the trouble of mixing another one up, and so you just do the pre-made one.
That is fair. That is very fair. So
after I'm about 10 deep, I don't want to go mixing crap anymore.
What's your pour now, Matthew? What I say, Jack and Coke earlier? Yeah, we wouldn't even go there.
Yeah. Just let the Coca-Cola blow a kiss at the Jack.
That reminds me of a movie. What is it? Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Oh,
at one point where he's shaking his little tab.
He's trying to put tab in. He's like, just Colleen. That's one of Colleen's favorite movies, Scrooged.
Mine too. Yeah.
I made her a t-shirt, which is available, I think, at wearingfunny.com. And it's there's this really cute little gingerbread man. He's holding a lollipop, and he's all Christmassy, and a little gingerbread man. And above it, it says, "And now I have to kill all of you," because that's like her favorite line from Scrooge. And now I have to kill all of you. And so I made her this. I made it.
That's
so
great.
I was trying to get like a cool Bill Murray Scrooge picture to put on there. I just couldn't find one that I could replicate well.
Did that suck?
And so wait for it. New record out the door. Oh man. So Scrooged. If you've never seen Scrooged, heading into the holidays,
you're living in a hole.
You need to wake up on that one. But yeah, available at wearingfunny.com. So are Man Cave Happy Hour too. The shirt I have on right now is a Detroit City of Champions t-shirt, which is available
Victoria
on wearingfunny.com.
Yes.
So all those shirts are available there.
Honestly, the Man Cave Happy Hour,
5 years in the making.
5 years in the making. Visit our website, say hi, make a comment, a comment, send us what you think. And if you don't like it, tell us. And if you do, tell us.
Yeah.
And if you're bipartisan, that's okay.
That is it. Matthew, I just this took a long time. It's a lot of times we try to keep our episodes under an hour.
No, but we haven't hung out in a while.
And
it's been 2 months since I've been on the Man Cave.
Yeah.
I have not been counting, but it's been 2 months since I've been on the Man Cave. Life is life.
Yep. Oh, it is. And now we're getting caught up.
Yep.
And we're older guys, and our parents are older, and so there's struggles there.
Oh, there's lots of things going on.
There's lots of struggles there. So
yeah, I got stuff to share with you off mic.
Fair play. And then so it's I love you, and I appreciate the times we get to spend together.
Yes.
And everybody who comes along for the ride, Wayne and everybody and everybody who chimes in here and there. Love you guys as well, and just like, subscribe, do those commenty things that keeps the party train going.
You sound so sentimental.
No, and I want to, it's just
we love you, man.
Yep. So this was fun, and we'll do it all again. I have vintage James Beam decanters
wait
that haven't been cracked. And they're from the 70s, so they're a good 45 years old.
Can I bring a guest?
Yeah. And when they were bottled, the one was 12 years old and one was 10 years old when they were bottled 40 years ago. One's a screw top, and I have faith in that one being good. No, screw top. The other one's a cork, which scares me a little bit, because the corks after 40 years deteriorate. That's where you get
it might disintegrate a little bit.
Yeah, and that's where you run into trouble. Screw top one, I have a lot of faith in.
So what you need to do is bring a big sword, and then we'll cut the top off that one, like a champagne bottle.
A machete. We'll call in machete to do that for us. So that's coming up. We're gonna do that, and I want to do that one. That episode. We're gonna do that from the Wine Garden. Tony Batu, big Tony Batu at the Wine Garden, has a collection of really cool Jim Beam decanters in the back room there, in the magical back room of the Wine Garden. So you meet Augie, Big Tony, and a couple more people will call. We'll invite a few more people down to join that party. And we're gonna bring in those Jim Beams and try them. They could be trash. They could just be trash. I have another one that I know is trash, and it'll be like
let's do the trash man cave episode.
I dare you to try it. No, it's because it was I poured it out of the bottle into a measuring cup because it was cracked. These two are not cracked. They have the tax stamp on them still.
Really? On the screw top still? And
the screw top and on the this one was already cracked, so I opened it and I poured it out, and it's you can tell it's trash.
And you want to try that?
No, but maybe we can make August do
it. Let's see if Friday. We have to do it on a Thursday because he has Fridays off, so we're in good shape.
Somebody that won't sue us for poisoning them. No, it looks like trash. We won't drink that one. But the one with the cork, I'm a little leery about. The one with the screw top, I have promise for that one. But the one was 12 years old, one was 10 years old.
When they went in the bottle
40 years ago and like 40 and 45 years ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Invite
but
somebody.
bourbons, when you take them out of the barrel and bottle them, they're done. They are what they are.
Right. That's why I'm sitting there going, I don't understand.
If you keep them out of sunlight and you keep them, oxygen's trouble and sunlight is trouble. Right. But these decanters are solid. They're ceramic and they're not even, they're not even dark. They're just but the one with the cork, we might have some oxygen trouble in that one.
That's why I say bring a machete and just off the top.
Yeah. No, I mean the problem may have already. But anyway, so we're gonna do that. So lots more stuff coming up on the Man Cave. We got I got all kinds of stuff.
I'm sure you do
happening. We still got to get our Brockmeyer sport coats and do Sazerac rye.
Stop talking.
We have so many more Man Caves.
Stop talking because
coming.
I feel like the co-host, the other person from another podcast who has no idea what's happening. So
no, you don't Brockmeyer.
I do know Brockmeyer, but I don't want to hear anymore.
All right, I got a bottle of Saz. I've been sitting on a bottle of Sazerac because every time I go by a thrift store, I stop in to see if they have like the red plaid sport coat in your size and my size. I've not been able to find a Brockmeyer worthy sport coat. And I need two. I need one. Now I need three. I need one for you, one for me, and one for Augie.
All right. So Augie
may already have one in his. I think we have a new promo. I will do a Brockmeyer. They do the Magnum and they do the jumpsuit. We'll do a Brockmeyer. Everybody wears plaid sport coats.
Holy shit. So before you continue
shut up, Jamie, and stop the damn episode.
No, that's not what I'm saying, because I'm about to say something that's going to elongate the episode.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Go ahead.
Now I forgot what I was going to fucking say.
You were elongating something.
No, you're. So I am all about understanding what we're doing. I'm all about understanding what we are drinking. I don't want to know what we're drinking next. I want it to be a surprise.
Oh no, these things are coming. I don't know. It's just, I mean, they've been sitting on my shelf
they've been sitting on your shelf, but not mine.
Been sitting on the shelf as long as it's Ironfish. So waiting for them damn sport coats.
This past weekend, I was actually out and about. I was in downtown Rochester here in Michigan.
If anybody has Brockmeyer sport coats, if Hank is there,
if you got a 42 regular,
I'll even take one of Gary Graff's sport coats.
Hey, why not?
We got to have Gary Graff back on. I was talking to Gary Graff, is a Detroit entertainment writer. He was dying to come back on the show.
Oh,
we had him on, and I thought that would never happen again. And he was like, "So when can I be on the show again?" And I'm like, "Really?
Okay, fair enough." No, I was out and about this past weekend, and I'm looking at the menu on the shelf at the bar I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And I say menu. They hand you a menu. I'm like, no, I'm looking at the menu up here. I don't care what you have on a piece of paper.
Forget about them sliders.
Yeah. And I'm looking at, I'm like, I see it, and at the very top, I see it, Sazerac Rye. And I'm like, not time yet.
Yeah,
because I have
no.
to wait until the next episode
We gotta
of
get
the Man
that
Cave.
idiot.
That's what I was gonna say.
There you go.
All right. I figure I found it.
There it is. All right. So like, subscribe, leave a comment. This is always more fun than the law will allow. Matt, I do. I love you, man. It's I appreciate it.
We've had fun.
Like I said, 5 is a 5-year run. All right. Iron Claw.
Ironfish. Not Iron Claw.
Eagle Fang. All right. Here's to the eagle.
Take it to the internets.
Hash brown me to the internet. Matt just did an extra pour on the Eagle Fang.
Yeah, I did. Because you got a little bit more in your glass.
That is a compliment. I was a compliment to the iron.
I told you,
fish.
If I have to make my own cocktail, I will.
Yeah, but if it's sitting right
if
here,
it's sitting right here, God willing.
Because no, we do. We have sugar. We got bitters. We got bourbon.
But Jamie, it's over there.
I know.
And it's over there.
But we have magical ice too. I did bring magical ice.
This ice is kicking my ass.
I'm like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot. This is like, I'm pretty proud of my ice game.
This is a $13 pour right here with that ice.
Hell yes.
Just saying.
All right. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Wearingfunny.com. Detroit City of Champions. If you like Detroit and city history, if you want to hear about some winning Detroit teams, let's head on.
When?
Sherman set the Wayback Machine.
When was that?
1935. Lions won the World Series.
The Tigers won the World Series.
Lions won their first championship,
not Super Bowl,
though it didn't exist yet. But
exactly.
And then Tigers won the first World Series. Red Wings won their first Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Joe Louis had an amazing year.
Put him on the map.
No, yeah, it was and then there were 30 other championships, all in 1935.
Were darts involved?
I don't know.
See, I
the checkers champion was
the checkers. I don't want to know if darts.
It was like the story of the Queen's Gambit is based on.
Yeah,
it wasn't that guy from 1935, but he would do like the Queen's Gambit kind of how in the Queen, she would like walk in and play like 10 people or 20 people all and smoke them all. He would do it and like do it blindfolded or some crap.
What?
He would come into a room and like play like 40 people and like smoke them all in like chess and checkers. And a cat from Detroit in 1935, the world's checker championship. So Detroit City of Champions, another podcast to listen to. Animal Talk radio.
I saw Brian. One of our
buddy Brian.
Our buddy Brian. I saw him a few weeks back with his wonderful bride Lauren.
Yes.
And he was not expecting to see me. Yeah. I was not expecting to see him. I got the biggest hug from Brian.
Did like various body parts touch as you were hugging? Kneecaps,
sea anemones,
elbows.
Sea anemones happen.
I like
sea cucumbers happen. If you go back to Animal Talk, you'll understand.
Oh my God.
But animaltalkradio.com, yes, please go there, take a listen. It's it's a fun time.
I've been posting some old shows too. And Brian, I just posted one where Brian went on like a massive rant
on
about it, and this was a recording from
1990.
Yeah. So I think it was it was like 2002, 2003.
Okay.
So woke wasn't even a thing in 2003.
That man's been woke since birth. So.
Right. So, but it was as a cliche. But there are these people who were like speaking out against the Iditarod, and they like
in Alaska.
Yeah, and they were saying the dogs were being mistreated, and they pressured Bayer, the big pharmaceutical sponsor, to drop out because of their pressure, because the dogs are being mistreated.
They're not.
I know.
I've seen it. I've been to an Iditarod competition. I know.
So Brian was like, he just lamp-based these people. It was brilliant.
I've seen the
And it was
treatment of
so
the
the whole woke culture, and it's nothing new. It's just labeled and marketed differently now. They were a-holes.
dog. Opinions are opinions. They just call it.
They're like belly
woke.
buttons. Everybody's got one. I don't care about yours.
Innie, outie,
Whatever. So, all right. We should stop now.
It's an hour and a half in. Shut up.
Welcome to the Man Cave Marathon.
It's an hour and a half. You know what? If you
Fair
stuck with
play.
us this long,
Yes,
thank
yes,
you. We
yes.
appreciate you. Get out of your car, go to work,
Sure.
and then listen to the next episode on your way home.
That is it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Cheers.
Cheers.